Welcome friends, and if you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Rebecca, Neverbecky, and today guys we're talking about the first day back to school. And if you are in school right now, like junior, senior, or if you're in college, you want to keep watching. I'm going to show you how I created this look. And if you want to see how I created that look within 10 minutes, because don't nobody got time anymore, keep watching. Don't forget to follow, click that button, subscribe so you don't miss any videos from me, and don't forget to like this video. I need to know if this worked for you. And so let's get into this video, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I did do my brows and I'm gonna reveal to you guys what I use, and it's this pretty girl. She's dirty today. Here, let me clean her up, but she is everything for my brows. I love it. It's the soap brow. You can get this at Target, so in case you didn't know, but I've already did my brows off camera. I'm gonna be going in with affordable makeup today, guys, so don't worry. Everything I'm using here is from the drugstore. We gotta go, we gotta make it to the bus, we gotta get in the car, we gotta get in that traffic to go to school today. So I'm gonna start off with some concealer, Tan Latte, and medium beige by e.l.f. I'm gonna be using this very little. We don't have time and we don't want to cake it up because we all know we're probably gonna be in different climates. So I always say play it safe by minimizing how much. So I kind of use my concealer as a corrector. So like dark marks here, I just use, is this medium? Okay, this is Latte. I want to go with a little bit darker concealer, guys. So this is the only thing I think I'm gonna be using that is not drugstore, but this is my only darker shade that is my preference, I should say, darker shade concealer. Can you guys see that? Right? Okay, so what we're gonna do is cover up all our little blemishes. I was picking at my skin earlier, so it's a little inflamed, it's a little irritated. So guys, I did want to talk about school with you guys because, you know, clearly your girl is not in school, but you know, it is a trending topic and I wanted to, yes, jump on board, but also kind of just be a little informative. I was watching a lot of TikToks and a lot of people were like talking about like men and security with women, and there's just so much I believe when we're younger that we don't realize about ourselves. We're unaware. We're really, and I know that sounds crazy because I've been there. Like, what do you mean I'm unaware? I'm woke, I'm here, I'm listening. Like, we're thinking so logical about that we never see like ourselves for real. Like, for an example, when I say you're not fully aware of yourself, do you not realize like we have never really seen ourselves outside of a reflection? Like, just think about that. Just think about that for a second. I say all that to tell you guys, like, we're so unaware of ourselves in school, and there's so many people we want to be like. We're so influenced, and I don't know why that is. Like, at least for me, when I was going to school and I was attending, and I was just like, you know, trying to figure out, and I should say like in high school, because I went to college, I didn't finish, so I never like to like really put it out there like that. I didn't finish. It was a mess. I was holding down 2 jobs, and I was going to school, and it was city college. It was just too much on my plate, and I tried to be superwoman for no reason. I was 19 years old, and I mean, a little backstory that you guys wasn't looking for, but I'm gonna tell you so you have more of an understanding who I am and kind of like where I'm coming from with a lot of like my responses. When I was growing up in my household, and I have to say, I believe now that I'm older that my mother had to been a little hippie because she was never really into like education, like forcing it on us. That was like something we had to want for ourselves. Like when I say forcing upon us or like wanting education, like to go further, to do more, college, things like that. Like that, my mom has 9 children, so yeah, if you have a big family, you understand where I'm getting at. And I'm my mother's 8th child, so Anyway, school wasn't a big deal in my household, but you know, every family's different, so don't judge. But what I am trying to say is that when I was in college, at this time in my life, I was very young. My mom had kicked me out of the house at 18. I know this is a bit much in a story you didn't ask for, but she kicked me out when I was 18, not because I was like a terrible child, I was rebellious or anything like that. It's kind of deeper. If you want to know, leave me comments if you kind of want to go back into my family, my life, and so on and so forth, and I'll tell you guys. Just leave me comments below. But to long story short, I was out on my own since I was 18 years old, and so I wanted to just like figure me out. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to be that girl I saw on TV back in the 90s and the early 2000s. I wanted to be that girl. So I used to just like try to be an overachiever, I guess, and try to be like everyone else I saw instead of really just honing in on what I wanted to do with my life and what I'm good at. So yeah, that's kind of like my jazz as to why I didn't, you know, complete college. Don't ask me why I went on that rant with you guys. But what I am here to tell you guys is that I am coming from the same place as you guys are. And I mean, some of you guys, I'm probably so age-wise, I'm so distant from where you're at in life. But I can honestly say I empathize with every young woman out there that is going to school during this time. Not just because of COVID, but because of social, you know, pressures that you guys are dealing with right now. And I just want to give my thoughts, my 2 cents, my opinion, where it wasn't needed, to you guys in order to keep your sanity during this time. And I know you're probably thinking, what are you talking about? You know, what do you mean my sanity? I'm good. I couldn't wait to go back to school, or whatever your energy is about school. All I can tell you is don't let boys, one, I'm going to start with them because they're always the problem. Because whether you're that type of girl, whatever that means, or not, you know, peer pressure from boys is real. No matter who you are, no matter what size you are, no matter, you know, what sex you are, it doesn't matter. I at least want you to know when you watch this video, someone told you. You know, we always want to be so positive and say, no, that's not going to be us. I'm going in with ColourPop Soul in the color Dark. This is my bronzer. This is my cheat sheet. This is like the holy grail of holy grails of cutting corners. Your bronzer, cream bronzer only. And this is very beginner friendly, guys. And as you can see, I have no real technique as what I'm doing. I'm just putting it on. We're not even gonna blend this out. I know I'm kind of like jumping from subject, but I kind of wanted to tell you guys these important techniques when you're getting ready, but you want to look like you didn't really put on makeup, like you woke up like that, you know, your skin and glow. Just do what I'm doing. Don't do any more. Don't add any more. Don't feel like, oh, I didn't put enough. You did more than enough. This is all you need. And I'm telling you guys, you're cutting all the corners. Nice, flat brush. And I have a Morphe brush. First of all my brushes are from Morphe or ColourPop. I don't buy anything expensive. I feel like this is a good medium, and these brushes have good quality. You know, sorry guys, I got completely distracted and forgot what I was saying, but I'm gonna go ahead and move on. You know, and I believe I was saying like peer pressure or whatever, but you know, at the end of the day, we all feel peer pressure. We all get like overwhelmed, and you know, we're really not aware of how great and awesome we really are. We look for everybody else's opinion of us to validate us. And I'm guilty of it. I'm not perfect, you know, and especially in school, I was really, I wasn't insecure in school because I just didn't know what to be insecure about. And my mother was a very strict mom because she was a single parent of 9 kids. So she was very strict. We didn't go anywhere. We didn't hang out at friends' houses. Like that just wasn't in, you know, the books. And if you did, it was when you were a teenager, and it was like, you know, you can form your own opinion about that person if you're gonna hang out with them. My mom was like one of those people. But basically, you know, what her rules were was her rules, and that was that. But you know, when it came to me, I don't know, like I just never felt insecure, even though I was very much overweight in high school. I wasn't the small kid, I wasn't the pretty girl, I was none of those things in high school. So I'm not speaking from a place where I was popular. I'm speaking from a place where I'm like, listen, I was never that girl. And now looking back, I'm glad I was never that girl, because I didn't realize how much like stupidity that comes with being, you know, attractive in high school to the boys' standards. Because I thought a lot of women in my school was, of course, I unfortunately am speaking of the black women, I thought was attractive because I saw myself in them. And I'm sure if you see someone in your school, you see yourself sometimes, depending on, you know, who it is, or, you know, being jealous of something that someone wants. So I'm saying that to say, like, don't let basically a moment in your life that's happening at school define your entire school year. We're all growing, we're all learning, new things are popping off. You can be that chick, you just don't have to do crazy stuff to do it. Like, again, if you're watching this for the makeup, I'm so happy. I promise you I'm teaching you stuff, but I also just want to make sure, you know, when you leave my platform, that you're leaving feeling great, you know, and you're not just leaving like, oh, well, she just put on makeup. Like, you're leaving feeling like, oh no, she educated me on that, or, you know, I really respect her opinion on that. So I say all that because I hope you take something away from this, and that you don't fall prey to people's, you know, I don't want to say ill intentions, but sometimes it's just that. It's their ill intentions towards you, or to try to make you look like a fool. And it's okay, but just don't let that, you know, we're not gonna know everything until we try it. And I know a lot of, you know, parents are like, you don't have to do all of that. You can avoid that. Like, you don't have to go down that road. You can avoid it. Just let me guide you through it. Like that mentality, and you're taking that type of mentality to school, don't do it. Don't do it. They're not dealing with, I will say, when it comes to parents, they're not dealing with the same things you are. Even me speaking how I'm speaking to you, like, I'm not in school, you know? I'm grown, and I don't even know the pressures you're facing. One, you guys can definitely leave me comments and tell me like the things you go through in school, and I would love to like even more elaborate on what I'm speaking of. But I just think, you know, at the end of the day, don't allow even your parents to like influence your judgment when you're the one living it. And unless you have like a really open, honest relationship with your parents, you know, and they can give you really good advice, and they're not giving you biased advice. Now, I'm not saying go home and disrespect your parents, but I am saying just use wisdom, use, you know, common sense as best as possible when you're dealing with situations at school when your parents can't be there for you. I feel that is useful tips, you know, when juggling this life. I don't care, like, again, what age you are or any of that. Juggling life is just not easy. So honestly, surround yourself with positive people that are like-minded like you. Don't be friends with people you want to be like, or you envy. Don't be friends with those people. Trust me, they're not what they're cracked up to be, one, and they don't know who they are. They don't know why you like them. You know why, but they don't. So they don't know why you want to be friends with them. Figure out why you want to be friends with them before, you know. And with Maybelline, I have my shade Cappuccino 340, and what I like to do is use this brush, and I'm not kidding you, this is how much foundation I use. I legit like squeeze it out slowly, and then I place my brush here, and then I just literally go in and I cover up those areas. Because I already have my bronzer and my concealer on, honestly, my foundation is like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, my foundation is like, okay, that was cool. Like, I I could use you. I didn't need you, but I can use you. It just gives you a little more coverage, especially like me. I live in California. It gets really hot out here. So really, I'm just placing them in places that I typically sweat in, and I may need a little more coverage. And this is all that I'm using. But we're gonna take this color and we're gonna go right here in the eyes. And I know it looks ashy. It's like, girl, what? But let me tell you guys the trick. So there's two ways of getting on your eyeshadow very, very quickly. And I'm showing you guys in real time how quickly I'm gonna do this, because I feel like a lot of times, you know, you guys get a lot of cutouts and you don't get to really see, you know, how quickly this is happening. But I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna also show you how to make this color look a lot more dewy, not ashy. And I know right now it looks a little ashy. Looks like, girl, where are you going? What are you doing? What lies have you told? Because that is not cute, right? That is this look that I'm serving. But like I said, bear with me, and I'm going to show you guys. I hope this hair isn't in your way and you guys can see me, but I'm going to show you guys how, one, quickly I do my eyeshadow, and then two, how you make this eyeshadow look so much more richer, beautiful, and it stands out so much more. And it all depends on what you want. But that is it from this palette here. I'm not going to use any more colors. Again, guys, real time. I'm not fast forwarding it or anything, because I want you guys to see this in real time. I do have JCat, and if you guys haven't heard of JCat, I have to say, one, I haven't tried it, so you guys will be watching me try this for the first time. It's called Pink Goddess by JCat. But we're gonna go ahead and actually use this as our second color on our eyes. And I know you guys are like, what is this girl about to do? It is gonna be too much. Trust the process. I'm gonna dampen it, okay? And we're just gonna literally just tap a little bit. We don't need a whole lot. We don't need nobody's being kicked out of school because your makeup looking like, girl, where are you going and why? I have my setting spray on. I have my NYX Dewy setting spray, and what color is this? I got BFF4, and y'all, this color is so beautiful. I really think they got real close to Max Chestnut with this one. But we'll see. I'm almost done with my makeup, but there's just some really good key points, guys, that, you know, I want to bring to your attention. You know, now that we're all kind of like going back to school, work has always been work for me, but you know, for me, it's kind of like, I get that, you know, the stress that comes with going to school and having to maintain your life and getting good grades and what that means for you in the future. It is a really big step, and don't ever forget that this is just 4 years of your life. It's temporary, it's not permanent. And I personally feel like nowadays you have to be more grounded, and mentally you have to be aware of who you are. You know, just make sure you're making time for yourself and you're not worried about your peers too much. If that makes sense to kind of like wrap up my whole, and hopefully it doesn't come out crazy, but we're gonna start from the apples like here, and we're gonna work our way. And I'm just gonna tap. I am not brushing it. Don't do this. Don't. I know it's a motion that we have all seen and we think that's how blush goes on. It doesn't. Truly it doesn't. So just make sure, just like when your face is done, that you're just tapping it. Tapping it on. Just make sure you're just tapping. I'm gonna bring it into the sides of my face, because I feel when I have a ponytail on, it helps just to bring it all the way up. But again, this is for school and I'm just being me. You wouldn't do this. You would be done at blush. Highlight is extra, but sometimes we have to be, because who else is gonna do it? I'm gonna go back in with JCat, you guys. This is Pink Goddess. I'm obsessed with Pink Goddess. We're gonna get this other eye. Yes, we are. Oh, JCat. I knew this was gonna be good, but y'all don't understand, like, in person? And this is an eyeshadow. All of this. And I'm gonna go in with my little highlight, and we're gonna, y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. Ooh. And this is dry. This is dry. I did not spray this. This is what this is looking like, dry. I don't think you guys understand that. This is dry. Okay, so can you see why I'm loving this look? It's effortless. Not only that, I literally use like 2 pumps of this. I barely touch my foundation. It's in and out the door. I really depend on now a cream bronzer. I love the one from Sol. It has a really nice scent to it as well. I really, really like it. It's not heavy. Another thing that, you know, I feel like is important, make sure you moisturize your face and make sure that you're adding primer. At the end of the day, those are the things that's going to save you time, energy. You can literally like put it on however you need to in the places that of course they belong, but you could really get it on very quickly, buff a lot of this out, in and out. I'm telling you, you don't have to be caked up to look like this girl. It looks very skin-like, and I could add more, but I clearly don't need to, so I won't. This is a really good look for me. Go ahead and reel it back in with you and just tell you like straight up, like be that chick at high school, be that chick at college. You already bad. The world just hasn't met you yet. Get good grades. You know, work out, stay positive, you know, be motivated, find good groups, find new people every day to talk to and be friends with. That is like the #1 takeaway. Most of all, don't feel peer pressure to do anything. And that is going to be all for me. And that is like really all that I have to say. And I hope this reached you. I hope this helped you. And on my channel, I'm always here to help. I'm always here to listen. If there's anything, any topics you guys want me to talk about or speak on and have my 2 cents, don't forget to leave comments below.